Check, check, check. 1, 2, check, check. How are we doing? How's it going? We are on time today. My bus was late, but you know what? We're still on time here to the stream nonetheless. So yeah, welcome everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Let me see, just checking on one thing here. Cool. So let's just get right into it. Today is September 11th, 5:31 p.m. Eastern time, and we're gonna do the usual, working through some processing sketches and learning how to code and processing. Let me know if you all can hear me. It looks like you all should be able to hear me all right now, but yeah, please let me know if you hear me or not. And yeah, sorry, I'm going to take a quick second to do the usual go live on Instagram just because I have to set that up separately. So apologies everyone, about to do that right now. I typed a message, but just disappeared. That was the weirdest thing. Oh, I typed it again. Oh, all right. This time it didn't disappear. I'm going to pin it. No. Okay. So what I was hoping wouldn't happen happened. I spent not a lot of time, but I spent some time logging out of Instagram and other platforms, but mainly Instagram on my software that I used to stream Ecamm Live. And I logged back in, had to go through this whole ordeal with logging back in. And I was hoping it'd fix the issue where it doesn't show Instagram usernames, and it did not fix that issue. You can see on the top left here, it still just says Instagram user without a name. But it used to work. It used to work perfectly, so I don't know what's wrong now. Here, the song's a little too calm. I'm gonna skip it for now. But yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. It used to say, like, I typed this message, it used to say my name, but oh well, I guess I'll just have to email them directly, the people who make this streaming software. But yeah, I will say too, I am exhausted today. I am completely exhausted today. I woke up super early, didn't get a lot of sleep last night. And yeah, I'm gonna do my best to get through this stream and be as coherent as possible, but I do not make any promises. So here, let me start up the stream by loading up the tutorial we'll work through today. Excuse me. Sorry, I forgot to do one other thing. Alright. What was the other thing I needed to check on here? Oh yeah, I was going to grab the link to the tutorial we will be working through. Oh, there we go. And yeah, let's get into it. So, sorry about that pause there, just had to make sure everything was up and working. I'll turn down the music a little bit more now that I'm gonna be talking more. But yeah, welcome again, welcome. We are going to work through the coding trains, learn processing tutorial today. We're going to go right to the chapter on variables. I wrote the agenda for today that we'd continue editing yesterday's sketches until they either arrive at a point I'm satisfied with or I decide to move back onto the tutorial. I don't think I'm going to do that after all, you know. It's still not super happy with where I got them. Here's some drawings that I made with that yesterday. Here, let me make this full screen. Yeah, these are some of the drawings we made. These are interactive, so you control all of these lines with the mouse. And yeah, again, not thrilled about any of them, but you know, I feel like I got the concepts down pretty well in terms of functions and what else? Setup, draw, blocks of code, the order in which everything runs. I feel like I am understanding pretty well so far. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go right into begin chapter. Oh wait, this is, oh my god, see, this is why I'm so tired. This is the agenda for yesterday. Oh my god, here, let me do the usual. Oh my god, today's not my day. Anyways, we're going to copy and paste this. We're going to start a new stream board. Say 19th stream board. Today is September 11th, 2024. Super stoked for the stream. Joey Bingle, thank you so much for stopping by. No troll. I did not suspect any trolling going on. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's good to see you here as always. And yeah, let me see here. Let me paste in the stream board for today. Thank you for joining. Thank you. I was just saying, so I was just showing the drawings that we made yesterday while you were here. And let me see. Then here's our agenda for today. All it is to jump right into variables, into learning variables in processing. Oh, I didn't change the name, the date yesterday, or I just didn't change the date yesterday. So here, let me edit that so it doesn't drive me crazy in the future. And we'll go back to today's stream board. And yeah, let's paste all this in here. Do I have notifications on here? Oh yeah, I do. So yeah, for today's stream, variable I barely know her. Wow. wow. Hashtag coding joke, am I right? So here, these are drawings from yesterday, so I'm gonna delete them for today. I'll leave this here just because it'll probably be relevant. Notes from Introduction to Variables. Variables are an alias that stands in for an address in the computer's memory. Variables are used a lot in games. They are often used to display score, level, number of lives remaining, etc. Joe, I remember when we were talking, you said you had some experience with MaxMSP from that class you took. And I know you've taken computer science before, but do you like remember much from that computer science class? Like what languages, what things did you learn aside from MaxMSP? I'd be interested to hear. Have you been watching this stream and be like, I already know all this stuff. I'm the master of coding, or have you been learning everything alongside us? I am curious. Setting up the YouTube stream, forgot to do that. But yeah, I think we were coding in Flash, like the game engine. I don't know much about Flash. I didn't know you could code in it. Is it a game engine? Like, because I know Flash games, is that what you're talking about? I have less than 0 experience now. Whatever you have, make it negative, then double it. Got you. That's the kind of math only a programmer could do, though. It sounds like you're a master to me. But no, I got you, though. I got you. Cool. So what else? Anything else from yesterday? So what we did last stream is we continued. So those drawings that I was showing earlier, that was what we edited and worked on yesterday. Then we completed the very short, like 30-second intro into the variables chapter. So that's what we'll be going into here today. And then, yeah, now we're going into the next part on, what was it called? Creating your own variables. That's what we're doing next. I'm a master of gaming and game knowledge and CNCing. I respect it. I respect it a lot. What software do you use for CNCing? Because I remember we used to use Illustrator for, what's it called? Oh my god, I'm sorry. Before you came in, I was talking about how exhausted I am today. I had a early work meeting this morning, very early. I had to, just get up super early and didn't get much sleep. So bear with me through this stream. This stream is going to be interesting to say the least. Yes, let's dive into the chapter. Yeah. Rhino and Fusion 360. Cool. I was saying we used Illustrator for laser cutting. That's what I was going to say. Laser cutting, yes, you got to me faster. Thank you. Got you. Cool. One day CNC will be on my bucket list because that does sound really cool. Can you use pretty much any 3D software with it then? Here, let me open back up the tutorial since I already closed it. Oh, we already have it right here. Would you look at that? Surprise. I'll put that back on the screen. And here, let's open up this tutorial. Let's get hyped. Joe, did you know the coding train from his tutorials before the stream? Or was the stream your introduction to him? Up and draw, mouse X, mouse Y, mouse pressed, variables, there we go. How many seconds? It was about a minute, so yeah, we're gonna skip that. I'll teach you. Sweet, that sounds good. We should stream it together. That'd be fun if we streamed learning how to CNC. It has to be a software capable of CAM or computer-aided machining. You couldn't just use Rhino, for example. We design in Rhino and then go into Fusion to make the CNC file for the design. Got you. So it's like a lot of steps of conversion. That makes sense. Very cool.
Is the start of that. In order to execute this vision I have, I need to have my own variable, one that I make up and that I bring to the program, not one that's built in. Let's simplify and replace mouse Y with just a number, 180. And now I have a circle that just moves its X position according to the mouse. What if I wanted to make up my own variable? Let's call it circle X.
Drinking my Coke to get the least amount of caffeine possible to somewhat wake me up for this stream. I don't even think Coke wakes me up at all. It's not enough caffeine, but I'm not trying to drink a full coffee at almost 6 p.m.
Run the sketch now, I get an error message. Circle X cannot be resolved to a variable. If I want to introduce new variables into a processing sketch, I have to follow 3 steps. Step number 1, declare the variable.
I'll start writing this down. Let me open this back up. Sorry, I feel like that was menacing the way I came in. I'm going to write this down. Menacing by my standards. Notes from variables. What's this called? Creating your own. Then I'll say there are 3 steps towards creating your own variable. Then we'll say for 1, declare the variable. Oh, I forgot that automatically makes the text bold if the title is bold. Still don't know why that is.
In order to declare a variable in processing, I need to specify 2 things. The type, or more specifically, the data type. What is going to be...
They need to specify, to do this, we need to specify the data type. And let's find out.
Stored inside the variable, more specifically the data type, what is going to be stored inside the variable, and then the name of the variable. what do I want to call
name.
the variable? In this case, it's circle x, followed by a semicolon. Let's go and add this into the code now. This is a variable declaration.
Say, go back to bullets. Excuse me. Here is an example of a variable declaration. Int circle x. There's no parentheses. That's interesting.
Int circle x. Int is the data type. Int stands for integer. That's what's going to be stored in the variable. An integer is a fancy word for number or whole number. So 1, 15, 0, -3, these are all integers. The name is circle x. Let's list out a...
Now pause real quick. I'm gonna double check to make sure my Instagram stream is working. Real quick. Cool, yes it is. It's working. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that was up and running. Make sure it was working all right because I couldn't tell on my end if it was or not. Cool.
Of common data types that you might use. Int for integer, any whole number, positive or negative. Float is for any number that is a decimal number. So something like 4.319.
Yeah, go back a few seconds.
Int for integer, any whole number, positive or negative. Float is for any number that is a decimal number.
Let's go, Sarah. Thank you for stopping by as always. Thank you. The classic chatters, Joe and Sarah. Thank you and welcome back.
So something like 4. Float is for any number positive for integer that you might. Let's list out a bunch of common data types that you might use. Int for integer, any whole number, positive or negative. Float is for any number that is a decimal number. So something like 4.31926, that's a floating point number. String is a data type for text, a string of...
I'll write this down. Float is any number with a decimal, also known as a floating point number. Is that a math term or a programming term? I think it's a programming term, but I don't know, it sounds too familiar. I'll say string, used for text. Yes, integer I know is a number term, not just a so integer I know is a math term, but is floating point a math term? I know you're saying yes, that's a math term, but I'm not sure if you're referring to integer or floating point number. I assume you mean floating point number, but string, I'll just say text in parentheses. Yes, also floating point. Got you. Yeah, integer I was familiar with from math class, but I couldn't remember. Of course, I kind of remember it because it was familiar and I knew what it meant, but I just couldn't remember if I learned it in math class or programming class. In your calculus era. What an era. What an era.
Characters. So rainbow, for example, in quotes, is a string. Text and strings are really important. But in this series, I'm mostly going to focus on using numbers. And actually, floating point numbers are the most convenient things to use because it allows any kind of mathematical operations to work. For the time being, we can actually think of, let's just use our data type.
Go back just a bit.
Is a string. Text and strings are really...
Sorry, I'm seeing some messages here I should respond to. Actually, I'm just gonna have to put my phone on Do Not Disturb for now. There we go. cool.
But in this series, I'm mostly going to focus on using numbers. And actually, floating point numbers are the most convenient things to use because it allows any kind of mathematical operations to work. For the time being,
Floating point numbers are the easiest to work with because they allow for any mathematical operation, which makes sense to me.
we can actually think of, let's just use our data type as float for everything. There, I've now declared circle X as a float. So what just happened, by the way? When I say float circle X semicolon, what happens? Processing tells the computer it needs some space in memory, however much space it needs to store a floating point number. It allocates that space and then assigns the word circle X to that memory address. So
I'll say when we type a variable declaration like float circle X, this is telling the computer to reserve space for a floating point number. Was that it?
number, it allocates that space and then assigns the word number, space in memory, however much space it needs to store a floating point number. It allocates that space and then assigns
to reserve space in memory for a floating point number, and then assigns that number the name circle X.
the word circle X to that memory address. So now mouse X will always pull up whatever data is at a particular address in memory associated with mouse X, and circle X will always pull up whatever value is in memory associated with circle X. But what is there? That brings me to the next step.
To
initialize the variable. I need to give it an initial value to be stored in memory.
We need
back to
oh my god, I always do that.
Initialize the variable. I need to give it an initial value to be stored in memory.
We need to give it an initial value to be stored in memory.
Coming back to the code, I'm going to do that inside setup. This is what is known as an assignment operation.
In the code, we do this in setup.
I'm assigning the value. This is what is known as an assignment operation.
This is known as an assignment operation. An example of an assignment operation in setup is circle X equals 320 semicolon.
Assigning the value 320 to circle X. The variable name equals some data.
Go back and I'll say the format of an assignment operation is name equals semicolon.
That must match whatever the data type is that I declared the variable as. I can't say circle X equals rainbow because circle X is a number, not a string. Processing, which is built on the programming language Java, is strong.
I hear him say that one more time.
Can't say circle X equals rainbow because circle X is a number, not a string. Processing, which is built on programming language Java, is strongly typed. If you're gonna make up a variable, you've gotta say what you plan to put in that variable and you've gotta stick to it, by golly. Other programming languages are weakly typed or loosely typed, like JavaScript, and there are pros and cons to each.
I can't picture what weakly typed means here. Like how could the code work in that kind of way? I don't know, I can't picture it.
Get into that right now. We can have a long discussion about that in the comments if you want. But if you are going to work with processing, you have to get used to the idea of specifying data types. So if I have initialized circle X as having the value 320, that means 320 is now stored in the computer's memory.
So tired, sorry y'all. Gonna go back one more time. How long is this chapter? Oh, this is a long chapter. Starts at 1:31 and goes for about a little over 15 minutes, close to 20 minutes. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna get through this whole one today, especially with how tired I am and how slow we're going through it. But hey, we're still making progress nonetheless, and that's all that counts at the end of the day.
If I have initialized circle X as having the value 320, that means 320.
Go at your own pace. You are right. You are right. You are right. Appreciate the support.
Is now stored in the computer's memory associated with the variable circle X. What is stored in the... If you are going to work with processing, you have to get used to the idea of specifying data types. So if I have initialized circle X as having the value 320, that means 320 is now stored in the computer's memory associated with the variable circle X. What is the last step? Use the variable. I mean, technically this is optional. You could
And number 3, use the variable.
They're a variable. You could even skip initializing it, never use it, and no one would be the wiser. But ultimately, the point of doing this is because you want to use the variable. You want to draw this circle at the value circle X. So to get there, you're going to first need to declare it, initialize it, and then it's time to use it. Let's go make sure we have all 3 pieces of these in our code.
So I don't understand what the purpose of a variable is so far. If it's just a single number that is staying stationary.
And there you have it.
Like, why not just repeat the same number over and over again? I feel like there has to be more to this that we haven't gone to yet.
Step 1, declare the variable of type float, name circle X. Step 2, initialize the variable. Use an assignment operation to say circle X equals 320. Step 3, use the variable. I'm putting circle X as the first.
I was going to say this is done in draw, but I guess it doesn't need to be. I guess it can be anywhere that a variable can be inputted. Input, like we talked about in previous chapter, like how mouse X, mouse Y can really be used for any number in the code. I believe that should be the case here.
Argument to the function call circle to draw the circle at X value 320. Here's a couple more really important details about this. Number 1, the name of your variable. So there are requirements, things you can and cannot do in a variable name. And then there are conventions, things that would work if you put them in the code, but are maybe not what programmers typically do. First thing, details about this. Number 1, the name of your variable. So there are requirements, things you can and cannot do in a variable name. And then there are conventions, things that would work if you put them in the code, but are maybe not what programmers typically do. First thing, requirements. Start with a letter. No spaces or special characters other than underscore. And actually, the underscore is also okay as the starting character. Circle X is fine. Circle underscore
The what was okay as the first letter?
is the starting character.
So I'll say no spaces, no special characters, but this is okay. What is that again? I forgot what that's called.
Spaces or special characters other than underscore.
Underscore. I should know it. It's in my username.
Actually, the underscore is also okay as the starting character.
Or an underscore. And I'll just write out what an underscore is just in case I forget. There we go. Dude, Twitch is so weird. What's it doing right now? What's up?
Circle X is fine. Circle underscore X, underscore circle X, but you couldn't have a variable called to circle X. That would not work.
You can have a number in a variable name, just not at the beginning. So I assume that's something you forgot and added later. So here I'm gonna write that down for my notes too. I put it full screen on my second monitor and the chat disappears. Vertical monitor. Oh, weird. Yeah, I've never put Twitch on a vertical monitor. I know sometimes when I make it full screen, there's like a little button to add the chat back in, like kind of overlaid on it. But yeah, I don't know if that's not showing up on a vertical monitor. Can you, I wonder for the vertical monitor if you could pop out chat. You know how there's a function in Twitch where you can pop out chat? Maybe you could put it on like a second window and have it like two windows on top of each other. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like that would work, right? Let me know if it does work, but I feel like that would work. I don't know how to do that. 1 second. Yeah, I think it should be in like the settings, the little settings icon at the bottom of the chat. I forget exactly which icon it is, but should be around where you send the chat message, or the 3 dots at the top. I can't remember. The only reason I can't remember is on mine it's the 3 dots at the top. I'm also looking at a moderator view, if that makes sense. Just you can have number in a variable name, just not at the beginning.
Now,
say variable name requirements. Now I'll say variable name conventions. There we go.
those are rules. There are also some conventions.
How do I start back at 1? Why did it not start back at 1?
Start with a lowercase.
Start with a lowercase character.
So don't capitalize the first letter of a variable name. Capital letters are generally reserved for something that we're going to do later in this course when I start talking about classes and objects. You also might notice here how I capitalized the X, and I just did that instinctively. Circle capital X. The reason why I did that is there is a convention, it's called camel case, to if your variable name joins multiple words.
There's a convention called camel case, where if your variable includes multiple words, I assume he's gonna say you capitalize every word after the first.
Rainbow unicorn, you would capitalize the first letter of the second word. So I'm just gonna write here.
Is it just the second word or every word? I assume every word.
Camel case. Some people prefer to use underscores to join multiple words, rainbow underscore unicorn. The truth of the matter is everybody has their own personal style and tastes about how to name variables. You'll see how I'm doing it over the course of this video that you're watching. I expect you'll develop your own style, your own kind of way of naming variables. Maybe English isn't your first language, and even though you're kind of stuck using a lot of English words for programming in processing right now, your variable names don't have to be English words. Another important, somewhere in between a rule and a convention, is don't name your variables other kinds of reserved words in processing. So
Don't name your variables after other kinds of reserved words in processing.
I'm gonna write that over here. Avoid reserved words. For example, you wouldn't want to name your variable.
I wonder if I can get this to not start with the number 7, these bullet points. Weird. I don't know why it's doing it now. Frustrating because it didn't do it earlier. You can see 1, 2, 3. Oh no, it did do it. I misread all of this. I guess I could start a new text block for each one. Here, let me just remember to do that at the end. Make it easier to type if they're all in the same one for now. Being weird, but it's all good in the gamerhood. Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's disappointing.
Float. Processing will be completely confused and won't work. You probably don't want to name your variable circle or stroke because those are names of functions inside of processing. You can get away with that sometimes, but it's just going to cause confusion. So I would just.
Can he name this variable circle?
It at all costs.
I'm confused about that.
One more very important detail. I gave you these 3 steps and I kind of showed where in the code I put them, but I didn't really talk about why I put them in particular places. Let's think about where it is that
I'm gonna go back. I'm confused about that. Why he would name it circle and then say not
processing.
circle.
So I'm just going to write that over here. Avoid reserved words. For example, you wouldn't want to name your variable float. Processing will be completely confused and won't work. You probably don't want to name your variable circle or stroke because those are names of functions inside of processing. You can get away with that sometimes, but it's just going to cause confusion. So
yeah, why'd he do it for his example? even if he can get away with it and it's causing confusion, I'm confused about that, but who knows? Maybe we'll see soon.
just avoid it at all costs. Okay, one more very important detail. I gave you these 3 steps and I kind of showed where in the code I put them, but I didn't really talk about why I put them in particular places. Let's think about where it is that I am going to declare a variable. The placement of the variable declaration is critical to how you are able to use the variable throughout the course of your sketch.
That seems important, so I'm gonna write it down. Where you place your variable declaration is integral. To how it functions in the code, is that what he said?
Declare a variable. The placement of the variable declaration is critical to how you are able to use the variable throughout the course of your sketch. Notice how I put it at the top. Float.
Use the variable throughout the course of your sketch. And I'm gonna change my word integral to his word critical because I liked it a little bit more. So I also don't want to get confused with integer, for example, in my head, just because they look too similar to me.
Circle X. It's on its own, outside of the blocks of code setup or draw. This is because I want Circle X to be a global variable, meaning I want to be able to use Circle X.
Go back because I think he's about to answer my question.
Code setup Circle X of your sketch. Notice how I put it at the top. Float Circle X. It's on its own, outside of the blocks of code setup or draw. This is because I want Circle X to be a global variable, meaning I want to be able to use Circle X anywhere in my code. The
global variable is one that you can use at any point in your code. This should be defined outside of setup and draw and any other block of code.
Up in draw, in mouse pressed, and all the future things that you haven't learned yet. You can declare variables in other places in the code. I could declare it in setup, or I could declare it in draw.
You can declare it in other blocks of code or parts of the code.
Then becomes something known as a local variable.
But then it becomes known as a local variable. Here I'm gonna italicize some of these words. Local variable, or is global variable? Global variable. There was something earlier that it was something I put in parentheses that I feel like I should put in italics or italicize. What was it? Assignment operation. There we go. Cool. That should be easier to refer back to, and I can kind of spot out the keywords more clearly.
We don't have any need for local variables really right now, so I'll come back to that when it comes up in future examples that I'm going to write where they will be needed. For now, it's simpler to just say, let me make all my variables global. Let me just list all of the variable declarations at the top of the code. But I'll make a note here, global versus local, just to remember to come back to that at some point. Now, where should the variable be initialized? Just to remember to come back to that at some point. Now,
I'll write that down too, or did I write define variable? global. Is it a global variable or local variable? See below.
Where should the variable be initialized? In this case, it makes sense to initialize it in setup. This is the initial value of circle X. I want to assign it when the program begins. The code that runs when the program begins is in setup. However, even though I took all this time,
What happens if I accidentally got a little 30? That is a good question, Joe. You have me stumped. That's all I can say. That's a very, very good question.
to talk about declaring the variable and initializing it as two separate steps, because technically they are two separate steps, and there are many times where you need to separate those steps. It's typically much more convenient to do them all in one line. Even though I took all this time to talk about declaring the variable and initializing it as two separate steps, because technically they are two.
Kappa. What does kappa mean? You know, obviously I've seen that emote so many times, but I don't know what it means or represents.
Separate steps.
You don't know? Yeah. No, I wonder why that is. Because I know I've seen it in people's chats before, like it definitely means something. I'll have to say you're the only other person I know though that uses the squid emote. I used to use it a lot and still do because of you, but yeah, I feel like that doesn't mean anything. It's just kind of in Twitch. It is kind of funny how Twitch has just some really random emotes like that, you know what I mean? That like no one really uses except for maybe small communities like us.
And there are many times where
when they dropped the squid, I was so stoked. It's been on there as long as I can remember. Do you remember when it was dropped? I don't remember it not being there.
to separate those steps, it's typically much more convenient to do them all in one line of code. So if I want to adjust this,
Maybe like 2020, no clue. That makes sense, yeah. Because I was on Twitch a little bit before then, but the pandemic was when I really like actually got into watching Twitch and keeping up with things, and it's shortly after is when I started streaming myself.
and simplify it a bit, I could actually say float circle X equals 320 of code. To separate those steps, it's typically much more convenient to do them all in one line of code. So if I want to adjust this code and simplify it a bit, I could actually say float circle X equals 320. I can delete this out of setup, and I can say declare and
I'll say you can declare and what was the word? Initialize? I know he's about to say it, but I want to look for it in my notes. Initialize, yeah. The variable in the same line of code. Did I spell wrong? There we go. Say for example, float circle X equals 320. Oh, that's a minus. There we go.
the variable. There, same exact result. While I'm at it, I should also point out that if I forgot to initialize the variable and I run this sketch, look at where the circle is. It's at the pixel 0.
If you forget to initialize the variable, it will default to 0.
Of numbers, processing will actually assign variables an initial value of 0. But generally speaking, I prefer to explicitly initialize to a specific value, even if I want to initialize it at 0, because then there's no confusion. I don't have to question what is the default value for this. All right, now the last step use the variable. Where to use the variable? Well, if it's a global variable, you can use it anywhere in your code, however you want to. And what it is that I want to do right now is I want to see that circle move from left to right. That's why I'm here. That's why I made up my own variable. So the value of circle X can vary. This is another way that a variable can be used. We used it as an argument to a function.
We use variables as an argument to a function. Or
now I want to use it in an incrementation operation. I can take
or in an increment operations. That was the word you used, right? Increment.
operation.
Oh, it is incrementation operation. That seemed too long to me, but nope, that's what it was. Incrementation.
I can take advantage of the fact that draw is looping, right? Right now, every time through draw, circle X has the value of 0. But what if it has the value of 0 the first time through draw, but then it has the value of 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4? It'll start to move across the window. How do I do that? Circle X equals circle X plus 1. Now this looks odd. What? Something
Yeah, it's weird that's all the way down there too.
be equal to itself plus 1. This kind of incrementation operation, which is another assignment operation, just like
An incrementation operation is a kind of assignment operation. That was the word, right? No, it was my italicized above. Yes, it was. So I'm gonna italicize that here. I'll say an example of this would be circle X equals circle X plus 1 at the end of the draw block of code.
saying circle X is equal to 0. Now what I'm doing is I'm saying circle X should be equal to itself plus 1. Anytime I write a statement like
the semicolon
in code, I always evaluate the right side of the equation first. So if circle X is 100, I evaluate 100 plus 1, I have 101, and that's what the new value of circle X is equal to. Guess what? Draw loops again, it's equal to 102. Loops again, circle X is equal to 100.
Yeah, this makes sense so far with the draw, yeah.
Let's give this a go.
I'll say this will cause the variable to increase by 1 every frame since it's constantly being refreshed in the draw block of code. Taking my phone into the shower to keep watching you stream, I am honored. That's all I can say. I'm very honored. You get some nice little coding backgrounds in your shower. I like picturing you like viciously typing code on your phone while you're in the shower trying to keep up with everything.
Circle move. What if I want to move faster? Well, I could say circle X equals circle X plus 5.
But no, I appreciate you sticking around even through your shower.
Now, every time through draw, it's moving 5 pixels. Oh, goodbye, circle. We'll never see you again. Now, in order to have it change direction and move back, I'm going to need a whole other concept that I'm going to be covering later. In order to draw, it's moving 5 pixels. Oh, goodbye, circle. We'll never see you again. Now, in order to have it change direction and move back, I'm gonna need a whole other concept that I'm gonna be covering later. But for right now, this is a good moment for us to remember that we have the mouse pressed event.
We are at around 145, and this section goes till 149, 148. So about 3 minutes left here. I'm gonna check my messages real quick. Oh yeah, my plans after this stream were canceled, so yeah, we'll finish up this chapter and then we'll schedule the next chapter for next stream. But here, let me respond to this text really quick. I'll be right back. We're back. Sorry about that. Thanks for hanging around if you're watching right now. Thank you. And yeah, let's see. Let's finish off this chapter. Let's do it.
So,
just got the news from my doctor. It's not good. I got these dirty. Damn, you got me there. I'll be honest. This is embarrassing and very boomer of me. But I keep hearing, though, I honestly don't know what sturdy means. You know, I've heard. All right, sturdy is what it means. It means, it does mean what I thought it means. Here it goes. A person strongly and solidly built. Yes, that's what I thought sturdy meant. But the way you're using me and hitting me with it, I wasn't 100% sure for a second. I had to double check. Yeah, I know, Sarah. I know. It's embarrassing. But I couldn't continue to keep pretending like I knew this definition of sturdy, even though I did. I could have kept pretending like I knew. But alas, my Instagram stream just went over the time limit, so I gotta end that real quick. 1 second. Oh, so tired, barely waking up right now. But we're almost done. We did it, we got through it, and I'm glad I still streamed. Yeah, proud of you for being too sturdy, Joe. Proud of you.
You potentially is I could reset the value of circle X back.
Also, I like that you got news from your doctor while you're in the shower too, that you're keeping up with doctor news.
Whenever I click the mouse. So now I'm using the variable in multiple places. I'm using it at click. So
I go back
now
a little
the
bit.
action and move back. I'm gonna need a whole other concept that I'm gonna be covering later. But for right now, this is a good moment for us to remember that we have the mouse pressed event. So what I could do potentially is I could reset the value of circle X back to 0 whenever I click the mouse. So now I'm using the variable in multiple places. I'm using it as an argument to the...
Interesting. I'll say we can use the mouse pressed, what did he call it, function?
Potentially is I could reset the value of circle X back to 0 whenever I click the... Right now, this is a good moment for us to remember that we have the mouse pressed event. So what I could do potentially is I could reset the value of circle X back to 0 whenever I click the mouse. So now I'm using the variable in multiple places. I'm using it as an argument to the circle function to draw a circle. I'm using it in an incrementation operation to increase the value of circle X every time through draw. And I'm using it in mouse press to reset its value. Run this sketch. Circle's moving to the right. Anytime I click the mouse, it goes back to its original position. Okay, it's about time to take a break and let you play around with this and maybe try adding a Y variable, a size variable, multiple shapes, all sorts of things you could do. But inevitably, as you start to do this, things are gonna break and not work as expected. And this is one of the big challenges of programming, and one of the things that's almost impossible for me to really demonstrate to you, and it's something you have to just kind of struggle through yourself, is how to debug your code. One of the tricks of the trade for figuring stuff out as you're working
and unexpectedly not work. Here. When creating our own variables, things will eventually break and unexpectedly not work. This is the nature of coding. Oh, the book we were talking about the other day, The Nature of Coding, that's funny. And this is the nature of coding, and it's where debugging comes in, which I've heard of before. Jan, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm going a little bit overtime since we're not calling right after this. Here, I haven't seen all of your new messages since the last message. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's so good to see you. We're in chat with Sarah and Joey Bingle right now. You know Joey Bingle. Of course you know Joey Bingle. But yeah, Jan, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. Jan. We're just working through some code right now. We're learning variables, we're learning functions, ayo, a nice. And yeah, we're just chilling and working. Also, I hope you're feeling all right, dude. I hope it's not COVID too. I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling well, by the way. Sturdy check pass, true. Very true. Party in here, math party. A little party of math. But yeah, how are you doing, Jan? How's life? How's things? Yo, I'll be honest, I would mod you up by now, but I also, if I mod you, then literally every single person who comes into my chat will be a mod. Because Jan and Sarah are both mods. Teaching is fun. Cool. Glad to hear it. Mod only chat. Honestly, maybe we'll do it anyways. Joe, am I a mod in your chat? I can't remember if I'm a mod in your chat. I remember you were talking about it, but I forget if it actually went through. Yeah, glad teaching is fun. I'm going to make you one. Sweet. I forgot to. I will. You know what? I'll make you a mod too, Joe. Here. Screw it. We're going to have a mod-only chat. You deserve to be mod. Let's go. Everyone can be a mod in my chat. Yeah, no, you know what? You're right. I was overthinking it. We're modding Joey Bingle. You are now modded. Mod Joe up, Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should have done it faster. Alright, I will. I'm so honored. You should be. Yeah, there you go. You got the little sword. Oh, there we go. I forgot it's flipped. Got the little sword up there. You're all good to go. This is so hype. Yeah. Bruh. We're modding up everyone. How come I have a crown? That's because you connected your Amazon Prime to your Twitch account, so you reveal to everyone that you are a capitalist. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, it is Amazon Prime being connected to your Twitch account gives you the little crown emote. It's why I got the here, if I type something in chat, I have a little camera icon because I'm the streamer, but also I should have a little icon for having Twitch Nitro. I see it in Twitch, but I don't see it on my stream here. But yeah, I should have one for owning Twitch Nitro as well. It's like the Zelda sword. It does look like the Zelda sword. It does. It's like the very first Christmas all over again. Yeah, it's basically Christmas right now. I don't see any difference myself. You know, I'm glad you don't see any difference. Hello, Nightbot. Hello. So I can sub for free? Yeah, you could, but I don't have subs enabled. I need to be a Twitch affiliate to allow people to sub, which I used to not do because it wouldn't let me multi-stream and prohibited me from doing a lot of things. But you know what? I think they took that away, so maybe I'll become a Twitch affiliate one day. But I'm not in any rush. I don't need your $5 per month right now. Shut the hell up, Nightbot. What, Jan? Don't tell Nightbot to shut up. So rude of you. Nightbot, boo. Wow, Nightbot's feeling sassy. I'm glad the sassiness finally worked. I remember setting that up with Nightbot. I'm glad it finally works. Boo. Tomato. Yo, Jan, when is your next stream? Good question, Jan. Jan, when is your next stream? I want to see it. Joe wants to see it. Sarah wants to see it. We all want to see your next stream. I'd be rating you right now if you were alive, but alas, I know you're not feeling well, so next time. Nightbot's saying hi. None of you are following me, apparently. No, I'm just kidding, but I do have that Nightbot setting after so many chats. I'd be staying in chat when I can at Jan. Yeah, no, Jan, dude, Joe's always in my chat. It makes me so happy. He's like the best chatter ever. He's serious right now. He will be in your chat, which is awesome. He's serious. Nightbot, you only show up when there's other fake chatters. Fake. Why is everyone hating on Nightbot? Being sassy again with the you're welcome. Everyone's hating on Nightbot right now. I don't know when my next stream is. You're good. You should. I've been playing Planet Zoo. Really? Here, let me look that up. We're going on tangents right now. Jan's in the chat, so we're going on tangents. That's how my stream works. I should make that a saying that Nightbot says. If Jan's in the chat, we're gonna go on a tangent. I know I've seen this before. Oh my god, Sarah, this is the game that I think we saw Donkey play this game. No, that was Roller Coaster Typhoon. Never mind. Sarah, this would be a fun game for you to stream. Ooh, Planet Zoo. I love Joe. Aw, lots of love going around. Jan! What's going on? What did Nightbot do? Yeah, Bot didn't say anything. He didn't say anything bigoted. He's been nice. I do have ADHD. Well, Nightbot didn't point it out. You know, Nightbot's being nice right now. Nothing wrong with that. Also, I have 5 viewers right now. Are they all on Twitch? Yeah, cool. Or maybe they were here just a minute ago, but nice. I think that's a record for me in a long while, having 5 viewers. It's been a minute since I've had that. It's because Jan entered. Everyone wants to join in. I was a huge Zoo Tycoon 2 fan growing up. Nice. I've never played these games. I played a little bit of one of the roller coaster simulator games. I forgot to show you all that. I had a video playing of Planet Zoo on the screen. Oh, I actually didn't. I had the advertisement playing, but that's what I was typing up and looking up earlier. Have this playing in the background while we talk. Goat. I'm so obsessed. Everyone in this chat right now is goated. True. So true. I'd make the see each other yawn. Yawn, are you okay, dude? What? You can't believe you're calling Nightbot everything you called them. And now you're out here saying that you simulate animals eating each other inside of a perfectly innocent little zoo game. Like, this is the most innocent game I think I've ever seen in my life. This is more innocent than a Nintendo game, and you have the animals eating each other in it. It's so funny. So silly. Animals gotta eat. I guess it's realistic. You got me there. It is technically realistic. That's nature. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought you were saying you do that now. Like, when you said you're addicted to it, I pictured you just hours on end typing away, having the animals eat each other. Jan is ambivalent like the Lord. No favorites. True. Is the Lord ambivalent? Is that in the Bible? I didn't think the Lord was ambivalent. You should know, Joe, because you're the one who runs Christian streams around here. Nah, for Zoo Tycoon 2, look that up. Let me look that up. Tycoon 2. Is this like a less realistic version of that? I just want gameplay, that's all I want. Yeah, this is just gameplay. Alright, where were we in chat? Sorry, I'm working my way through chat. Oh my god. I would enjoy the carnage though. You're digging yourself a hole here, Jan. Jan has come a long way from Zoom Tycoon to streaming Dark and Darker. You know what? You're right. But honestly, is he going forwards? Is he going backwards? It's a good question. Depends on the text you're reading. What do you mean by that? Is that something else I said earlier? Yes, Dark and Darker. Are you still playing that game, Jan? True, I should know. I'm a bad Christian small group leader. I need to pray now. True, yeah. Get out of this chat. Go repent. You guys know Foxhole? Also, that game is dope. I just found. I do not. I'll check in a second once we see a little bit more of this game. Zoo Tycoon 2 is like a nostalgic to the max. Would you play this on PC? It looks like a PC game. I miss the waterfall mechanics. That's funny. That's a very, very, very specific thing to miss. I miss having the animals eat each other, and I miss the waterfall physics. BRB gonna pray for Jan. Good going. Good thinking, Joe. Very, very good thinking. No, the depends on the text was in response to you asking if God being ambivalent was in the Bible. Got you. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'd rather play Dark and Dark with friends, not as fun solo. Got you. This game looks like it'd be fun with friends if it has multiplayer. Praying for Jan to come down my chimney tonight. Getting flirty in the chat. I prayed Z2B, Zoo Tycoon 2 on like Windows 94 before we had the internet. Wow. I'm surprised this ran on Windows 95. And I don't even have a chimney. Jan will make a chimney and come down. I'll pray for you to get a chimney for Jan to come down. Alright, this chat's going off the rails right now. We were doing such nice coding before Jan came in. We were just working through this code. We were learning how to use variables. Everything was very, very chill. And then everything went and popped off. Jan, I'll play D&D with you. Yeah, I remember you talking about D&D the other day, Joe. Yes, D&D is dope. Are you talking? Oh, sorry, you're saying Dark and Darker. I was thinking like Dungeons and Dragons. I was gonna say, is that ADHD? No, dude. I was the one who leaned into it though. I was fully embracing it. You are good. But yeah, what was I gonna say about D&D? I was like, yeah, I didn't know there was like a D&D simulator other than like what's it called? Baldur's Gate. Foxhole. Oh yeah, I forgot. I told you I'd look that up here. Let me look it up too. Alright, Zoo Tycoon, I kind of knew which video to click on because I could figure out which game was Zoo Tycoon. I have no idea what Foxhole is. I assume these are all Foxholes, so I'm just going to click on one. There are no advertisements for you all. I'll go back to it in just a second. Get this train back on the tracks. Eventually we'll get it back on the tracks. Now that my after stream call was postponed / cancel, I still gotta check in on that. Now I get to go a little bit off the tracks with y'all, off the rails with y'all. Where were we? Zach gets FOMO if he isn't chatting with us. Yeah, guys locked in chat. That'd be kind of funny if I just coded and ignored you all completely the entire stream, like never reference chat, and you all would just have full conversations without me. That kind of happened last time with you, and when I shouldn't say their name on stream. What's their Twitch name? Super Genius. That was like when you and Super Genius came into chat, Sarah, and just talked without me for a while, and I spilled something on my keyboard. You can go back to doing your things. No, you are not holding me up, Jan. I was joking. I was completely joking. This is just funny. I love going on these tangents. I feel like it's the best part of streaming and working on projects with y'all is that I get to hang out and go on these tangents, because it's been like a week since I've talked to you, Jan. We gotta go on these tangents, you know what I mean? Yeah, even Sarah knows I'm just chilling. Sarah knows that this is all part of the stream. Here, I forgot to go back to the display cam here. Where were we? My friend and I made him Google crustaceans for like 20 minutes. Yeah, no, that was funny. It was, we really did go on like a 20-minute crustacean tangent. You are right. I just played the end of The Last War. It's an ongoing war. Whichever bullet is made by players in this game. Is that another game, Last War, or is that part of this game? It's wild. Yes, crustaceans. We got big crustacean fans in the chat apparently on. I didn't know that. Antisocial Zach, true. Just locked in. Stream. True. Oh my god, Joe. So another thing. Y'all weren't here for the Sarah and Jan, but Joe was here for it. Joe and I were talking about how he constantly gets people in his chat asking him to review their portfolio. And I assumed it was something related to my, like, us being artists or my job. And no, Joe, it's just like a scamming thing on Twitch that I didn't know about. And someone came in my chat and I was just like, no, I'm good. I won't review your portfolio. And then they kept saying it over and over. And then they're like, let me message you on Discord. How about Instagram? And then they actually started messaging me on Instagram. I was like, oh my God. And then I didn't know what to do because I was like, hey, they followed me. I went from 45 followers to 46 followers. They are a scammer, but now I'm at 46 followers. Do I let them follow me? Do I ban them? So I just timed them out because I'm greedy with my followers on Twitch right now. All one of them that I got, a new one. Nightbot's down to review your portfolio. And then I told the scammer to, assuming they're a scammer, I told them that Joe would be down to review their portfolio over on his stream. Nah, Foxhole, got you here. Yeah, let me go back and continue playing the video. Is PC sending you through a nostalgia trip right now, Jan? I feel like PC is really good for backwards compatibility on Steam. It's technically not backwards compatibility, but you know what I mean. You're like getting to play old games again on Steam. So that does seem like a pro of Steam, and was definitely a pro when I got an Xbox too, because Xbox is pretty good at that. I banned them so fast. Yeah, I should have just banded them. I should have banned them immediately, but alas. They will unfollow in a few days, unfortunately. I troll them whenever they come. How do you troll them? What do you do? What do you say to them? Yeah, I should have saw that coming, that they'll unfollow. But hey, it's okay. We'll go back to 45. We'll live 48 followers. Oh, I have more followers than I thought I did. We'll go back to 47 followers. Hey, farther along than I thought I was. Ever so slowly inching my way towards 50 followers, which is the minimum requirement for Twitch affiliate. I don't think I'm trying to get Twitch affiliate right now, but alas. Excuse me. Foxhole is a literal ongoing war in Yi. Oh my is this is it like, what's it called? What was I thinking of? What's the board game called? Risk. Is it like Risk? It looks kind of like virtual Risk at like first appearance, but with more to it maybe. It's been a while since I played Risk. Didn't we play Risk once, Jan? Oh my god, I played Rise of the Nations. Look that one up. We're just going through all these games. I assume this is like OMG, yeah, about your new PC being like a nostalgia machine for you. I'll tell you, my nostalgia game that I'm playing right now is the original 2 Star Wars Battlefronts. They re-released them on every console and Steam and stuff, and I've been replaying them. What is that thumbnail? What an insane thumbnail. Look that one up. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. Hold on, let me go back to reading your chat in a second. It's like the first PC game I've ever seen. My dad on his work laptop would play. I'd watch over his shoulder. Oh, that's a very wholesome memory on. Very, very wholesome. This is cool. I like the like, I wouldn't say early 90s graphics, but maybe early 2000s. That's the word I'm looking for, early 2000s graphics. I need to trim my beard. How short are you trimming it? Jan, you should visit me and Zach. Yes, 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 Jan, yes. I don't like how the chat doesn't update when I go between different displays, but anyways, that's all right. Foxhole is way better in depth. Also, SWBF is sick. All right, wait. Actually, let me look up SWBF, but that'll be the last game we'll look up, and then we'll get back to our code finally. Oh, I forget what does that even stand for? SWBF. If the stream crashes, blame Kim. No James in the chat right now. No James in the chat to see that. That's a pity. But we still know who to blame. I love the animation, so simple. Yeah, totally. I want to visit. Yes, Jan. Again, you're always welcome to crash at our place when you visit. I'm in Washington State right now. LOL. Nah, Star Wars Battlefront. Oh, got you. I should have saw that. Yeah. Did you play that as a kid too, Jan? Or is that just me? I played on Xbox. Star Wars Battlefront. Got you. Yeah, I should have figured that out. You missed this. I said at the beginning of the stream that I'm very sleep deprived right now. So I'm like, originally I was just trying to get through the stream in one piece, and now here we are, a half hour overtime, just chilling and hanging and talking. Washington State is a mindset, Jan. Yeah, I was gonna make a joke that you moved to Washington for the mindset, but honestly, that wouldn't be entirely not accurate, I guess, right? Because it's like, it's been like a place you can kind of decompress. True, LOL. Exactly. I expect you to be here soon. Me too. I did, yeah. For real, you're not wrong. Yeah, it's just kind of funny to call it a mindset, like moving to Washington for the mindset. I don't know, it just sounds kind of funny on its own without the additional context. Anyways, let's start to wrap up this stream. We can go on some more tangents, but here, let's start to wrap it up. Did we finish this? We have like 1 minute left here. Let's watch this real quick.
Is using the print or print.
Let's go lock in. Yeah, we're locking in right now. Nothing could distract me now.
Command.
And watch something. Someone's gonna say something in chat, and I'll immediately get distracted. I gotta rest here too soon. What do you mean by that? Are you talking about Washington? Or are you talking about the stream? Like, which is helping you rest? Jan, it's like lunchtime for you. Yeah, what time is it? It's, was it 3:53 p.m. your time right now? Nah, just sick and tired. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, sorry again to hear that, dude. Hope you get some meds. Hope it's not COVID. It's like 4-ish. Yes. 3:53. You just didn't want to admit that I was right, huh? I was trolling too. Wait, what were you? Oh, about the mindset, yeah. Been up since 5. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, that's brutal. Did you have to wake up for something, or was it work, or did you wake up because of your sickness? Hitting us with a little squid in the chat. Squid reminded me to lock back in.
Example. Right here.
Nah, just couldn't swallow. Oh, that's tough. So yeah, I assume from the sickness you mean. Yeah, sorry to hear that. My throat was killing me. Damn. That doesn't sound like COVID to me. I mean, I'm no expert. I could be wrong. But it sounds like it might be not strep throat, but what's the other term? Hey, we're back at 5 viewers. That's pretty cool. Hate that feeling on. I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, that is tough. Lock in. I'm sorry, Jan. I'm trying to give you my sympathies. All right. Get well soon, brother. Yeah. See, we're just trying to be nice here. All right. Anyways, yeah. Let's lock in.
In setup, I could say print ln for print line. Hello. And in fact, in a lot of programming courses and learn to code types of environments, if you're working purely with text, this would be the very first program you would write. Print hello world.
Joe, I should just remove Nightbot and have you be Nightbot. Yeah, don't forget to drop a follow and the heart.
But a hello world in processing is more like draw the circles to the screen. But we can get a version of that. Well, now when I run the sketch, you can see right there in the console, the word hello is printed out. Now, so far, the amount of code we've been writing is very little. I've done this multiple times over many years, so I haven't made any mistakes yet. You will no doubt make mistakes, and I, at some point in the course of this whole series, will make mistakes. So I'm gonna try to leave those in and show you little debugging bits as I go, but right now I'm gonna have to artificially engineer something. So let's say I hadn't really been paying attention.
I'm not taking notes right now just because I'm so exhausted. I feel like let's just finish watching this, and then we will revisit the very end of this chapter first thing tomorrow. Well, I also want to, another reason why I want to revisit the end tomorrow is because I want to copy his code, just so I can like visually see it in front of me. I can see the sketch play out. I feel like it's always helpful for me to copy the code and not just take notes. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Yawn. Nightbot is a fellow moderator, all right? For all we know, Nightbot could ban you at some point if you keep saying these things about Nightbot. If you're new in the stream and you're thinking to yourself, man, this streamer is sturdy, trust me. Trust me. You can get much sturdier. Let's get it, baby. Yeah, I should add that to Nightbot. True. You should change your Twitch name to Joey Bingle Bot, and then yeah, you can be my new bot from now on. I do really like that that phrase. You can just put it in the chat. If he bans me, it's because he's a bigot. Yawn. All right.
I put in 1,000 as the initial.
You know what? If you give me evidence, I'll ban Nightbot. That's how committed I am to saying Nightbot's in the clear. Is if you give me evidence that Nightbot's a bigot, I will ban him. Or her, or them. You know what? Nightbot is non-binary, I'll say them. But yeah, we'll go with that for now. Sorry. Not that we'll go with that with their gender. I meant to say we will ban Nightbot if you give me evidence in the chat. Jan, I will not review your portfolio. Yeah, Joe, you should review Jan and my portfolios on your stream. I'll DM you over on Discord. Also, what does that even mean? What does it mean, review your portfolio on the channel? Like, why would the scammer want that? Is it to like, hopefully they like the work and then they want to buy something from it? I don't even understand how that scam would play out. Again, assuming it's a scam, which it has to be, obviously.
For Circle X. And I ran the code and I don't see the circle at all. I'm really just wondering, like, well, why don't I see the circle? It should be there. I meant to draw it on the canvas. So something that I could do is I could say like, why don't I look at what the number that's stored inside of Circle X is? So right at the beginning of draw or at the end of draw, anywhere really, I could say println Circle X. This is now going to display the value, the current value of Circle X in the processing console.
Oh, that will be super useful. I used to do something similar in Maximus P, and it was so helpful. That I'm happy to hear. Again, not taking notes, kind of revisit it tomorrow, but that is cool.
See it down there. And this might lead me to realize, aha! Well, that's a really big number. My canvas is only 640 pixels wide. That's why it's not there. Oh, I initialized it too high. Again, this is something of an
like I was Mike Pete right there. I don't know if you heard that.
Official scenario that
I don't blame them too. It's hard to not have that happen. That probably happens to me on stream too. But anyways, oh my god, what's going on in the chat right now? I look away for 2 seconds, and the last message I see from Jan is just unhinged. So here, let's go up. They have an advertisement for graphic design, stream elements like animations and goals and on your homepage and stuff. Yeah, but it's like, why would, it's just funny that they're like, review my portfolio. I guess review your portfolio for purchase. I was thinking of it in like the sense of like critique, so maybe that's my like hang up in my brain with that. LOL, they want to show you AI shit, then try to get you to pay them to make you gifts. Yeah, no, exactly. Overlays, exactly what Jan is trying to advertise right now. Oh yeah, Jan's advertising overlays and stickers in my stream right now. It's just BS. Yeah, no, totally. Jan, wait, I was hoping that by reading the rest of the chat, that chat I'm not gonna put on my screen because it's gonna be in my YouTube VOD if I put it on the screen. But I thought that would make sense if I read the rest of the chat, and it still makes no sense at all. I have no idea how you got there. Nightbot's taking your job, Joe. Anyways, we're going back in. We're locking back in.
Creating, but
Almost done.
This is the kind of thing that can happen to you. I would then realize I wanted to start it at 0, so I'm going to fix that to 0, and then haha, the sketch is working again as expected. All right, this is a good moment to take a pause. I haven't given you a lot to work with just yet, but I think you could expand on this sketch. Could you add a variable for the Y position of the circle? What kinds of mathematical operations can you make something fade out by using subtraction rather than addition? Maybe the circle grows in size or shrinks in size. It moves from left to right or up and down. Lots of stuff for you to explore. When I come back in the next section, I'm going to cover a few more details and tips and tricks about working with variables and look at how you can initialize variables with random numbers.
Oh, I was scribbling it out. Oh, because he forgot to put this one in first. Got it. All right, cool. Well, here, I'll check in on chat, and then I'm going to take notes about what we did today and what to do tomorrow. Also heard you say something about a program called, Max MSP. I got you. Yes, Max, not Maximus. Max, like MAX/capital MSP. Also, it's hilarious you still have James full. Am I doxing him in my chat? Yeah, no, it's really funny. I'm glad I left that too. I like this video. Cool, I'm glad. Yeah, no, this is what we've been working through this is my 19th stream, Jan, and this is what we've been doing the last like 16th or so streams. I just emphasized the 19th just because I can't believe I've already done 19. I'm pretty stoked about it right now. He's good, like half the world is named James King, so he's staying from being doxxed. Yeah. There's only one me. Only one Jan. I thought you meant there's only one James Kim to me, but you might also be saying there's only one Jan Diego Wilson Estrella, which would possibly be true. I also thought it was Maximus P. That's really funny. That's funny. Well, I misheard. See, yeah, no. You're right, Sarah Notes. All right, you got me. Yo, congrats. Thank you. 20 is so close. 20 tomorrow. Like one more. Yes. Doxing me answering. Oh my god, Jan, I'm so sorry, dude. I can cut that out of the VOD if you want me to. I'm happy to cut that out. But I'm so sorry, dude. It's on autopilot. Yeah, if you want me to cut it out, I will be happy to. I thought your full name was your Twitch username, or it used to be. But yeah, just know I'm totally willing to. I totally get it. So yeah, my apologies. And thanks for pointing that out. I promise I'll do my best not to do it next time. Good math, Jan. Yeah. Already got it. I already got his social. Got his mother's maiden name. Sorry, Jan. But yeah, just text me aside if you want me to remove it. I do that shit all the time. Yeah. My apologies. It's part of why I just have my name as my username. It's like I don't want to have to worry about it. And also, this is a part of my art practice now in one way or another. So yeah, makes sense for me to use my name for those purposes. I'm gonna skip this song. I'm not feeling it right now. Anyways, sorry, Jan. Well, let's get back into it. That's crazy. Jan says an IP address, home address, and all his usernames and passwords are Joe is handsome. Interesting A lot of digits for social and address. Smart. I should stream with my full name and email address. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. Just put it all out there. All in the username. You don't even have to go into the chat, it's just in the username. Let's lock back in one last time. Last lock in, let's do it. Going to just organize my notes from today because I meant to do that. I'm going to separate them into separate spaces so that everything makes sense. I think that's here. So going to copy, delete, then we're going to start a new text block. Then we'll have to do it again one more time. Just so that, the reason I'm doing this is because so that the numbers start back at 1 with each bullet point, because freeform's being weird and it wasn't letting me do it any other way, so I'm just gonna do it the way that I know will work. Here, I'll close the thing up a little bit more. Cool. Here, should I capitalize this too? Here, let me capitalize this. Variable conventions. Cool. Yeah, this is looking more like real notes instead of just something I threw together. Cool. So here, that's kind of, it's way down here. We can delete this one because it was from last stream. So here, let me move that up. It probably shouldn't be all one big block like this, but I'm gonna leave it that way for now because that's how we've been doing it historically. So what we did today, all right, I see lots of chats coming in. Here, let me go back. Oh my God, there's so many. I do that shit all the time too. Yes, we already saw this. We saw this. You took good notes today. Those are all notes. Yep, all notes from today, baby. All notes from today. Studious Sack. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, thank you. I can't read, let alone take notes. Sorry, Jan. All I can do is make animals eat each other. Oh my God. When you're 7 years old, to preface. Zach is so orderly. Thank you, thank you. What note app is that? It's Apple Freeform. It's built into Mac OS and iPad and pretty much and iOS. It's built into all the Apple things. And I like it because it's like a board. We can draw arrows. We can attach links and stuff. Here, I think I have a cooler stream board from here. Yeah, here we go. Cozy Coding, thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome, welcome. I would watch, but I'm on data right now. Have a good stream. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you to stop by. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we're just working through processing if you're still here. I'm still trying to get my feet wet with processing, essentially trying to get into it. So eventually I'll probably move on to P5GS like you're doing on your streams. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. Good to see you. And yeah, have a good rest of your day if you're heading out. I have my iPad. I could use it on that. What's it called again? Apple Freeform. Here, let me put a link to it in the chat. Not a lot of people use it, but I like it because it's free. There's a very similar software that I used to use in placement of it. I forget what it's called. Milanote. It's just like Milanote, but Milanote you have to pay for, so I don't use it anymore. Great stream, Zach. Gotta bow out and start my cyberpunking for the night. Thank you so much for stopping by, Joe. Especially we went overtime. You hung around, dude. Thank you so much. I always appreciate you having you in the chat, and welcome as one of my moderators. Thank you so much for stopping by, and have a good time cyberpunking it tonight. Hit me up tomorrow if you so desire. Yeah, sounds good, dude. I'll hit you up. I don't know if I'll be able to stop by your stream tonight just because I have to figure out dinner and do some laundry and some other things, but I'll try to stop by if I can. But yeah, I'll hit you up tomorrow, and thanks again for stopping by. Thank you. Yeah. No worries, Dad. No worries. All right. So what we did today, I mean, chips and salsa. So you're on your own for dinner? Wow, that is rude, Sarah. The evil face. Bye, guys. See you, Joe. Love you, love you. See you, see you. Love you, Joe. Bye, Joe. Aw, very wholesome chat. The chat went from Jan forcing animals to eat each other to wholesome love at the very end. Sorry, this probably sounds, that could get clipped out of context. Jan forcing, and literally in a video game, I'm not just saying that, when he was 7 years old. But anyways, now that can't get clipped out of context. Not that anyone's clipping me out of context, but anyways. Oh yeah. Oh, did I start editing this? No, I didn't. Good. I was just showing an example from a past stream of how I'm using it. Here's another good example too, the way we're taking notes. Can also draw little shapes and stuff like I did in this one. Put all my notes into a shape. I don't know why I did that stream, but I sure did. And here. Justice for 7-year-old Zoo Tycoon Jan. Yeah, how do we, what's the word I'm looking for? Give Jan the therapy to work through his Zoo Tycoon trauma. 7-year-old Zoo Tycoon trauma. Anyways. Here, let's recap. Yeah, back to the 19th stream board. Recap last stream. Continue editing yesterday's sketch. Oh wait, this is what I wrote from yesterday. So we did not do that. I'll say we completed variables. The creating your own or create your own was the name of the chapter, creating your own. Chapter completed the variables, creating your own chapter and learn processing by the coding train. Did we do anything else? I'll say went on fun tangents in chat, and we'll make an agenda for tomorrow's stream. And that's what we're about to do right now. Anything else do we do today, or is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Just looking at the notes here, yeah. And we took a lot of notes, so it doesn't look like a lot, but we did a lot. That was a long one of the longer chapters here. So agenda for today's Wednesday, so we'll say Thursday's stream, September 12th. Here, let me go back into chat real quick. Loving the new Planet Zoo, very relaxing. Nice, yeah. Have you seen Endless Ocean? It's a Nintendo Switch diving simulator that I've been playing because it's so relaxing. Also because it was nostalgic for me as a kid, the Wii version. But then they came out with one on the Switch and it's been quite relaxing too. I love a good simulation game you can get really lost in. Exactly, proving my point, exactly. But loving this, Zach, you really do be locked in. Thank you. thank you, yeah. I love streaming because it lets me chat with you all and lock in at the same time. You know, I can like choose to go back and forth. It's not like when I'm on my phone talking to you all is actually a rewarding tangent, whereas if I look on my phone, it's not a rewarding tangent. And I can't do that on stream because people are watching, so I gotta lock in. This summer I got super into Stardew Valley. Jan used to play Stardew. He's probably already said that as I'm walking through the chat. Oh no, he hasn't yet. But yeah, Jan, I used to remember watching Jan play Stardew Valley too. This is my favorite part of stream when Zach's writes in his little diary. True. this is literally the stream diary. I should rename it from stream board to stream diary. That's very funny though. Again, chapters, variables, creating your own, learn processing. We did that today. But the next one is called variables. Incrementation operations. I'll say review, and take notes of the should I say variants? I'll say of the ends of the, what was today's called? Variables, creating your own. Yeah. Variables, creating your own chapter in learn processing. I'll just leave it there because I said where it's from, learn processing, the coding train below. And then I'll say complete assignment from variables creating your own, from the variables creating your own chapter. So I say complete the assignment. You probably caught that, but at the end, Daniel Schiffman said to, I don't know why I say his full name like that, but he said to try experimenting with creating your own variables and using some of the other data points from before. So we're going to start by reviewing, finishing my notes of the end of the chapter, and then we will complete that assignment. Shouldn't take too long. Oh, I should also say copy Daniel's code from the variables. I'm repeating myself a lot in these notes, but it's okay. It's getting the point across because I did want to do that too. So I'll copy his code and then I'll complete the assignment by making my own variables, experimenting with it. Just generally, we don't have to make a fun, exciting drawing, but we'll experiment with it. And then we'll begin the next chapter, finally, variables, incrementation operations. So yeah, this was my first stream in a while where we actually got to do some tutorials. We've been working a lot on assignments lately, so I'm glad to do that. Then I have a list of things to do off of stream. I'm still having some issues with Pcam Live and Nightbot especially, so we'll work on that off of stream. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining here. Let me hop in chat one last time before we wrap up. Little diary. Sorry, my dad just got home. No, you're fine. We should all play Stardew. I would be down. I would be so down. I played like several days of Stardew's Valley. I say in-game days, not real life days, but I would totally be down to kind of restart or just pick up with you all. We should start our own not island. What is it called? That's Animal Crossing. Not village. Town? Is it a town? But yeah, I would be down. Sarah's down. Awesome. Audrey is obsessed. That's her game she plays every week. Well, she should join in. Perfect. Yeah, we should start something. The four of us, double Stardew date. Hell yeah, I'm so down. Remember, Zach, practice makes perfect. It's okay to repeat. Yeah, I know exactly. And I know that because there's been past streams where I would repeat the chapter that I did before if I didn't feel like I properly grasped it, and I would end the stream, get some sleep, go back to it, and it's just been so helpful to actually grasp and digest the code that I'm trying to learn. So that's been you're so right. I've been doing it. It's been super good. Not every single time, just when I feel like I'm not grasping the information. So it's kind of like what we're doing now, doing it again tomorrow. Yes, there can be up to 4 people per game. Sweet. Yeah. I didn't know. For some reason, I thought it was more than 4, but perfect. 4 is all we need for this. Love you, Zach. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Jan, that means a lot coming from you. You're the stream master. You're killing it on your streams. That means a lot to me to hear. So yeah, seriously, thank you so much. Thank you. It builds my confidence, makes me want to do these even more than I already do, and I'm doing them almost daily. So thank you. Love you too, dude. Farm, you won't see that because your chat function is dumb. Yeah, I've been debating if I want to go back to the regular chat where it just pops up on screen automatically, but I do kind of like being able to control the chat manually. It keeps me from having weird messages pop up like the one Jan put in chat earlier. No, that not ones are actually worse or weirder than that. I know there's auto mod, but I still don't want them popping up on the screen. And it's kind of fun to be like, oh yeah, this is the chat message that I'm focusing in on. Now it's on the screen so that everyone knows what we're talking about. But like you said, it kind of makes some jokes miss too. So that's the thing that's going back and forth in my head, is when the jokes don't land. We can make it our dream farm. It'll be lit. Sweet. Hell yeah. And yeah, dude, need to repeat things over way too much. Yeah, totally. I joke about reading, but I need to repeat to get it in my brain. It's part of the process. Same, dude. Same. Totally feel you. My vote is regular chat. If you snooze, you lose. Are you talking about me? Or are you talking about... You prefer the regular chat over this one? That's good to know. Jan, what's your opinion on this chat? Do you like it? Do you prefer the old method where they would just show up automatically? What are you feeling? I appreciate your opinion, Sarah. You know, I really do, because I'm kind of in between on it too. But I'm kind of, I'll be honest, I am leaning towards this chat right now. I kind of do like being able to manually point to things like we're doing so far. A little chaos. Repetition is always key. True. I respect your choices, you curating a unique streaming experience, yeah. The other thing I like is that this is just built into the streaming software I'm using now called Ecamm Live. You know, I don't have to set up an additional overlay, you know, this is all built in. I can't show you my chat because this streaming software also makes itself invisible if I put it on the screen, which makes sense. Why would you want someone to see your streaming software, but I can't show you what it looks like on my end. But what I like about this is it shows Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram all in one chat too. So I can do this, see if we go to the very top of chat, this was my message in Instagram. There's a glitch going on where it doesn't show my name, but it used to say names. So that's from Instagram. There's a better example from YouTube. And here's a message. When I type into the chat too, it automatically gets sent to both both YouTube and Twitch, which is super convenient. So I could just send out links to both immediately at the same time. Yeah, it shows YouTube. You can't see it because I made it really tiny, but you can customize how the chat looks and has a really tiny YouTube logo next to the name. Another thing I don't like about this though, those are the things I like, but I don't like how if it's a larger message, it starts to get pretty tiny too and harder to read. Whereas if it's a big message, it shows up large. So yeah, here, let me go back down. So lots of pros and cons with it is what I'm trying to say. I prefer regular chat because I'm always cracking the host at the land. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't realize that was the case. Damn. Also, you may miss people saying hi, but yeah, I guess that happened with Cozy Coding earlier, didn't it? But eventually I made my way through the chat, but didn't see their message initially. So yeah, maybe you're right. Those are really, really good points that I need to consider. Here. Let me add this to what to do. Oh, you can't see my display right now. Let me move some of these things around. What to do off stream. I'm also going to add weigh the pros and cons of Ecamm Live chat versus traditional chat overlay. And I need to another problem though is then I have to keep up Twitch and YouTube the like stream managers up at all times, where this comments feature, because it's built into Ecamm, I don't really have to do that. But you're right though, I don't want the stream experience to get worse because of this, so that's a good point. I'll back up Mod Jan's stance to respect your choices. You don't need to, but yeah, no, these are all really good points, and I'm not fully sold either way. There are pros and cons. Yeah, because I don't want my convenience to make the stream worse overall. Also, you ask a question, we answer, then you forget what you asked. I mean, that might just be because I'm tired today. And then, yeah, there's always going to be a delay too. You know, sometimes I lock in, like Jan was saying, and I'll miss chat. So, yeah. And yeah, I think he's trying something different. Still a young channel. We can always keep experimenting. Exactly, Jan. You are right. This is new from the last time I streamed. You are right. We're just experimenting. Sarah's right, though, with her points. Totally. Zach, could you teach me how to overlay chat on my streams? Yeah, for sure. I got you. What I'm doing here is a Mac only software, so I couldn't show you this kind of chat, but I can very easily show you how to take it from either Streamlabs or Stream Elements to put an overlay into OBS. Yeah, that's very easy. I want to make an avatar and like animate it like a VTuber. Really, that'd be awesome. So I don't have to worry about camera. Yeah, you'll make what's it called? So there's VTuber, but there's also PNG tuber, where it's just a PNG kind of talking over and over again with the microphone. Maybe that's too ambitious. No, no. I mean, it might take a little while, but I think it would be awesome. I think you should go for it. Yeah, the PNG. Yeah, look up just like PNG tuber tutorial. I don't know a lot about VTubing PNG YouTubers, but yeah, I feel like that'd be really cool for your stream. I've thought about doing gaming streams on here with no cam, but I think what I would do is something like this, where I'll just pretty much be no cam, but I still have a little border so you know it's my stream. But yeah, anyways, like very limited frames and positions, but just enough to be engaging. Yeah, no, totally. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I've seen people do that before. Yeah, I guess you just gotta make an avatar with several like frames to animate, and then you can work from there. Yeah, I'm happy to help you out and look that up too. I think it'd be interesting. But anyways, are we caught up with chat? We are caught up with chat. The other thing too is I don't know if I would read chat faster. If I had the chat overlay, it would just show up and disappear a little bit faster. But I'd probably still read it at the same rate, and I might lose out on jokes. But if you're watching the video, the VOD, the jokes will make more sense. So that's super true. Anyways, just weighing the pros and cons out loud in my head right now. That is all. Your points are extremely valid, Sarah, and same to you, Jan. And I totally agree with y'all, though. It is. I don't want it to work that way. Anyways, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm just repeating myself over and over again. So we're going to wrap up the stream. If you're watching right now, we'll play with it exactly. If you're watching right now, which I believe right now is just Sarah and Jan, but anyone else, if you're watching on Twitch, please stick around for the raid. I remembered to say it this time, Sarah. Rest easy. You too. Yeah, get some rest. Drink some soup, eat some soup. Is it drink or eat? I don't know. Well, digest some soup, eat some soup. Hope you feel better, dude. And yeah, thank you both for stopping by. Please stick around for just a moment. We'll be raiding someone. We want to show them our support by dropping into the raid chat. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. If you want to stick around for the raid, you don't have to, but I do always appreciate sticking around for the raid. Love you too, Jan. And yeah, I'll see you next time. I'll be streaming tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time. We are live every Monday through Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time for about an hour till 6:30. And yeah, still I want to stream on Sundays too, but I still got to decide on a time. Will it be Joe? I told Joe that I've raided Joe before, and I told him that I probably won't raid him that much, because the only reason is that I found that raiding people has been a really good way for me to make connections on Twitch. Like, people will follow me back, like other streamers that I follow will follow me back, and so I've been trying to raid different people every time. But you know what? Maybe we'll raid Joe anyways. Oh, I went way up in chat. Maybe we'll raid him anyways. Wait, is Joe back in chat? Will it be Joe? Oh my god, he is. Yo, I modded you too. We were just talking about you. That's so funny. You know, I will raid Joe. Especially in case you're not following Joe. Jan, I don't know if you are. There's a good chance. Yeah, there is a good chance though. Okay, bye, Mr. D. All right, see you, dude. Came in to mod me. Thank you. Yeah, I gotta go test out the mod. Yeah. Do someone else. I don't deserve it. That's so funny you popped in. It's like you knew that we were calling for you right now. Ooh, you smart networking. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll decide in just a moment. Stick around, and thank you all so much for joining, and see you tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, and have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.